Hi. Come on in. Guys, this is team Elton John. We've got Jan Michael Gamble, Stephanie Graff, Andre Agassi, Anna Kornikova, and Elton John. So I will turn it over initially to Sir Elton John, and maybe if you'd like to say something about tonight's event, and then we'll turn it over for questions.
Well, this is our 18th annual Smash Hits tennis tournament, which is quite incredible when you think about it, because time has just flown by. And I'd just like to say to all the players who come in and give us their time, they've been so amazingly supportive over the years. I don't know how many Andre's done of these things, but there's quite a few. It's maybe up there in Taylor line. Jan Michael was here last year. Anna's been here how many years now? 8. And it's great to welcome Stephanie today as well. And I have a pretty damn good team. But I've always found that of all the sports, the tennis people were on the page first when it came to supporting AIDS and becoming aware and helping out. And so it's all credit to the tennis community. And I want to say a deep thank you for all the players that have played over the 18 years. There's been a lot of them. But it's heartwarming to know that they give up their time for this incredible sport. So I'm deeply grateful to everybody here today, especially for Billie Jean and Alana for rising it so particularly again. I look forward to this every year, and changes from city to city. And God knows where we were in Baton Rouge last year, Baton Rouge, and now we're in Washington D.C. And next year, who knows? But I'd like to thank you all for standing up and giving us some coverage.
Great. We'll turn over to questions. We'll start with Liz Clark, and we'll go over there.
Thanks. For Sir Elton, could you just speak a bit about the significance of having the event here in Washington, given the city's incidence of HIV/AIDS?
Well, it's probably the worst country in America for AIDS, HIV and AIDS at the moment, and we try, and with the money raised, the money always usually tries to stay in the area that we do the tennis tournament in. So the money raised tonight will be going into this Washington area. And I think it's important to try and highlight cities that are having a problem and an increase in HIV infections. And obviously Washington has one of the biggest problems in America. And so we're glad to be here to spotlight that and to tell people that we are aware of it. We just don't go blindly from city to city. We try and go to places where there is a problem. And there is a massive problem here. And we're here today to try and alleviate some of that problem by raising money and putting it back into another year. So it's a tribute to Wilton Tennis and Billie Jean and Alana that they've been able to do this for 18 years in a row now.
So, John, you've won this event. Your team has won it half the time. How have you been able to get all these good players on your team? And does winning it even matter so much to you?
No, it doesn't matter to me, actually. But that's because Billie Jean and I are so competitive. We've been friends for so long. I don't actually pick the team. I had it came through the fax machine the other day. I went, I'll stick with that one. I know James Blake was supposed to play, but he hurt his shoulder, and we had a last-minute replacement for him, which is great. And then Mark Knowles was in the final with Trent Paribas Masters doubles yesterday. So on Sunday. So he couldn't get here. So we've managed to dig up quite a good team. I think we're going to win. Not that that matters to me at all, but I think we are.
Maybe Anna and Andre can address how competitive Billie and Elton get at this event.
Very competitive. Me, in fact, I'm quite the opposite of Elton. After 21 years of doing this, I've pretty much had enough of the competition side of it, but do love getting out there and seeing when a little effort can go such a long ways. And I think that's what we see every time we perform at this event. We see a lot of people come together. We see community come together. We stand shoulder to shoulder, and they realize that they can actually solve some of those problems. And to share it, it's a privilege. So the competition I can live without. The tennis is fun, and the results are fantastic.
Next question. Right here in the front row, then we'll go into the back.
Yes, I'd like to know about your foundation that you're also doing while you're here.
I don't know who you're talking about. I can't see who
Yes, I am sorry.
Yeah, me?
Yes.
Well, my foundation.
Yes.
Well, it's a foundation that started off helping children, and eventually I got a little tired of running in circles and feeling like I was sticking Band-Aids on real issues. So I came to the conclusion that the only way to make systemic change is to educate, is actually give the tools to these children. And I set about the challenge of building a K through 12 public charter school with the goal to provide resources, to be accountable with resources, to give it to children that society are so damn quick to write off, and then treating it like a laboratory, actually saying what would happen if you believe in a child and you give them a fair chance, and will they disappoint us? And we've had 2 graduating classes since the start of my school, and in both cases 100% of our kids are on to university. And now I've been spending the last number of years trying to figure out a way to scale what it is we're doing, because I have 650 kids in my school, I got 1,000 on the waiting list, and I come from a sport where that makes me twice the failure I am the success. So until we figure out how to shorten those lines, I'm on a mission.
Back to the corner over here, then right over here, please. Steve?
Yes, Elton, I'm Steve Fox with Washington Blade, the largest gay American newspaper in the U.S.
Yeah.
You inspired people for years with your songs. Do you have any words of inspiration for the gay American youth that are struggling with bullying in the U.S. or see anything in the U.K.?
I've been coming to America since 1970. And I think I did an interview or a statement in the USA Today. So I was just very worried about the current climate in America, where people, are being bullied. And kids are committing suicide because they're being bullied. It's a very difficult thing. It seems to be in America at the moment that people are standing and screaming at each other and not talking to each other. And there's a lot of spite, whether it's with politics, sexuality, religion, whatever. It's a very uncomfortable place to be at the moment. It's not the America I came to in 1970. And I find that really disappointing. But then, having said that, you listen to Andre and see, and what he's doing in Las Vegas is absolutely amazing. So he's making a difference. And we're all trying to make this difference. It's that at the moment, people are being very mean-spirited. The internet doesn't help because people, post things on the internet they shouldn't have really, kind of intelligence to post on. And I just think it's a very worrying situation. And I think it's time that we, try to cool our heels a little bit here and become more compassionate with each other instead of more spiteful. And I really find it perplexing because this is, I love this country. It's the greatest country. It's given me everything I've ever had. But I worry about it at the moment. And, there's so much spite and, people talking off the back that say Nancy Pelosi is evil. Well, why is she evil? Is she evil because she's a Democrat? Or, people slagging Republicans off. There's no middle ground. In England, we have a middle ground system where you have to talk. It's like the lady who's just been released in Burma. She's going to talk to the military guys. That's the only way you can go forward. You have to talk. You don't call each other names. You don't start bullying. You talk. It's the only way that humanity can go forward. And I'm just sick of it in America at the moment. Everyone just standing there going, you're horrible, you're horrible. It's so childish. It's just completely unhelpful. And it causes a lot of grief and a lot of hurt and unfortunately a lot of death. I have to say that they did implement the needle exchange program this year, which is a huge step forward.
All right, well, last 2 questions right over here, then we'll close out with Liz Clark there.
Great. What portion of the fundraise tonight will remain in DC? Do you have a target number in mind or percentage?
Can you tap me on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a percentage. It's from the auction, so we really don't.
So everything from the auction will.
I'm not sure if it's completely everything. It's the majority. Jeff. Half the proceeds of the auction. Okay.
And in the past year and a half, you've played or met in 2 exhibitions. And my question is, for you, is it possible for you to kind of control the competitive fire that you played with for so long and play for fun on a night like this and entertainment, or does something take over you? Especially with Martina.
Well, Billie Jean said that we should really try to play as good as we can. So. No, I've been removed from tennis about 11 years, and I've rarely get a chance to go out there. But when I do, I enjoy it. But I really have a different look at tennis, and as Andre earlier mentioned. I don't make the competitive side either, so I hope to to make it as entertaining and not hurt myself.